8 Most Shocking WWE Departures. Before we begin this video, I would like to ask you to like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe to support our channel. We truly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we upload new videos to our channel. Thank you and enjoy the video. The rosters of major wrestling promotions change all the time, but some changes are more heartbreaking than others. Some talent is much harder to recreate, and in extreme cases, losing top talent can even lead a company to its demise. The worst departures, however, are those that are unexpected. So, let's have a look at 8 most shocking WWE departures that left our jaw on the floor. Number 8. Edge. No one had any clue that Edge's WrestleMania 27 main event against Alberto Del Rio would be his last match. Not the fans, and not even Edge himself. After the event, Edge underwent some strength tests after feeling numbness in his arms. After having an MRI, Edge was told that he had to retire. Edge also sustained a neck injury in the early 2000s, so there was always the fear that Edge may get paralyzed if he continued to wrestle and take hard bumps. In order to quit, Edge had to lose his title to a dear friend, Christian, but he made some sporadic appearances throughout the following year. The night before WrestleMania 28, Edge was inducted into the WWE's Hall of Fame as one of the youngest inductees ever. With that said, no one expected him to retire before the age of 40. Number 7. Rick Rude. Rick Rude infamously appeared on both WWE's Monday Night Raw and WCW's Monday Night Nitro on the same night. How was that possible, you ask? At the time, the program WWE was pre-taped, while the program of WCW was on live television. During that time, Rude was working with WWE in a specific pay-per appearance deal, and was not tied down by an exclusive contract. As a result, he negotiated a contract with Eric Bischoff to work with WCW as well. It seems that Rude was upset at the WWE for the Montreal screwjob, and so, only days after the incident decided to leave the company. Number 6. Alundra Blayze. At the end of 1995, Alundra Blayze was the WWE Women's Champion. With that said, she would also receive a memo informing her that she was released from her budget due to budget cuts. With her release, the women's division of the company folded until Sable and Luna began feuding 2 years later. Many of the WWE's top stars were leaving to WCW at the time, and Blayze would soon to follow. While Blayze's release from the WWE was shocking, what she did and the way she left was even more shocking. After some persuasion from Eric Bischoff, Blayze returned to WCW, reintroduced herself as Medusa, her previous WCW name, and threw the WWE Women's Championship into the trash. Now, that's how you leave a company. Number 5. Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon had quite an influence backstage in the WWF. Yet when Eric Bischoff was working to get the WWF's top guys over to WCW, Razor Ramon would put that power aside and move on over to the competition. Hall later said that he didn't leave WWE for the money, but for the lack of days off that WCW was able to compensate for. Within weeks, Kevin Nash, who was Diesel at WWE, joined him, and the Outsiders would form. Shortly after that, Hulk Hogan would join forces with the Outsiders at Bash at the Beach, and that's how we got none other than the NWO. Number 4. CM Punk. It's no secret that CM Punk and the WWE have had a history of disagreements, tension and contract disputes. It's the origin behind the infamous pipe bomb promo that will go down in history as one of the best microphone segments ever. Yet after working the 2014 Royal Rumble, CM Punk walked out of the company, telling Triple H and Vince McMahon that he was going home. He was shortly removed from future events, but he would remain on the company's roster. Since then, Punk claimed in interviews that he was working events with a potentially fatal MRSA infection, along with multiple concussions. Fans clearly wanted to see CM Punk, however, and frequently chanted his name at shows. While Punk has ventured into other endeavors like unsuccessful UFC performances, he has yet to reappear in a WWE ring. Number 3. Bret Hart. The Montreal Screwjob is one of the most real and remembered incidents in wrestling history. Management knew that Bret Hart was planning to leave the WWF for WCW, and they didn't want him to leave the company as champion. Despite booking Bret Hart to retain the championship in the match against Shawn Michaels, the match's finish was changed, and Michaels walked out of Montreal as the new WWE champion, despite Bret Hart never submitting to the sharpshooter. The next month, Bret Hart showed up in WCW. Hart was seen as one of the most loyal superstars to the WWE, and so seeing him in WCW was quite a shock. With Hart at WCW and dominating the Monday Night War, this only gave WCW more power. Unfortunately, WCW proceeded to do absolutely nothing interesting with Hart and wasted that opportunity. Number 2. Stone Cold Steve Austin. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Stone Cold Steve Austin was the face of WWE. There was no superstar that was nearly close to his level of popularity, and Austin was basically untouchable. In 2002, when Brock Lesnar made his debut, the company wanted Austin to lose a match in a clean way to Lesnar on Raw. Austin did not agree with this booking, and simply decided to walk out from the company and go home. Not many people were happy with Austin walking out. The most notable of those people was Jim Ross, who described Austin's actions similar to a little kid taking his ball back home. WWE fans were even more than disappointed. The top star of the top wrestling company in the world walked out from his job without any notice, leaving many wrestling fans confused. Austin returned to the company the following year, yet his in-ring career didn't last long. Number 1. Hulk Hogan. When you think of WWF and the great wrestlers of this company over the years, Hulk Hogan is always there on the list, if not on the top of it. And so, with his power and mainstream exposure, it's unimaginable to think or see Hogan walk out of the WWE. Yet, even the great Hulk Hogan left WWE at one point in his wrestling career. Many WWE wrestlers were offered high-paying contracts by WCW's Eric Bischoff, and they had every right to take those contracts. However, Hogan was arguably the first major name to defect from WWE to WCW. After being the face of WWE for nearly a decade, Hogan's move felt like a betrayal to the company and to fans. Yet for Hogan, it proved to be absolutely necessary in order to truly revive his career. So, even if things look like a sure thing, remember that in life, and in wrestling, anything can happen. If Hogan left WWE, any wrestler that comes to your mind can be next. Did someone mention All Elite Wrestling? That is all for now, but, if you enjoyed our video, please like it and subscribe to support our channel, we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we upload new videos to our channel. Have an amazing day.